This is called Thump, Quack, Moo. Have you ever seen this book before?
No.
Have you ever read it?
No.
Okay. What animal is this?
A duck.
A duck. And what is the duck holding?
A hammer.
A hammer. Good job. Have you ever heard of the word fiction? No? Okay, so if you've never heard it, then I know you don't know what it means. So this book is fiction. And what fiction means is that the story is pretend. It's not real. Okay? So there are also a lot of tricky words in this book. So I want to tell you about them and what they mean. I also want you to listen for them as we read the story. And if you want, you can even say, oh, that's one of the words. So I'm going to tell you what each word is, and I'm going to explain what it means, okay? Do you know what the word fresh means? What's it mean?
It's like when you go in the laundry and all your clothes are dirty and you put them in the washer and the dryer, and then when you're done, they're all fresh and clean.
So good. Okay, so fresh would mean that they are new, or that they're not old, they're not, I guess new would be the best way to describe fresh. So just think, when you think of that, think new, think good. Okay? Do you know what the word festival means?
No. I know what a festival is.
What's a festival?
It's when a lot of people from cities go and like watch a parade. It's kind of like a parade or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. So there's going to be a festival in this book. So there's going to be people doing different things and making different things and different activities. Okay, good job. Do you know what the word organic means?
If like a jelly something that's globby that sticks a lot, and sometimes it has that stuff in it.
So organic means that it comes from nature, and that it's not made by people, that it's something you can get either out of the ground or off of a tree, right? So they make organic apples. A lot of food can be organic. Zucchini can be organic, absolutely. Does that make sense? Okay. Do you know what the word meteorology means? That's a big one.
I know what a meteor is, but I don't know what meteorology is.
So, you know the weatherman on TV?
Yeah.
He's a meteorologist, which means he studies the weather. Okay, so you're going to hear that word in this book, okay? And the last word is ceremony. Do you know what a ceremony is?
Yeah, it's like, you know how people are up in stage and there's a big, we went to a ceremony. Like, that's a ceremony.
Right, so it's like a performance, or something is happening that people are in the crowd watching.
Mm-hmm.
It can be, you can give people an award ceremony, right? Good. Okay, so now that we've talked about our words and explained them, I'm going to read the book, and we're going to talk about some stuff as we read, okay? So before I start reading, I want you to follow along with me and also look at the pictures, okay, as we read. And listen for our tricky words as they come up. All right, so remember, this is called Thump, Quack, Moo. It is almost time for the annual Corn Maze Festival.
I found one.
Yeah, good job. Farmer Brown is very excited. This year he is making a Statue of Liberty corn maze. Do you know what the Statue of Liberty is?
Yeah. It's in I can't remember what it's in. California?
New York.
New York, and it's a green, and it's holding a big pole of something. It's big and green,
and she has a crown on.
Yeah. And
very good. So here's Farmer Brown.
I've read books like this, And Duck's always getting in trouble with Farmer Brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do know a little bit about the book. The chickens do not want to help. I'll let you use my hammers, said Farmer Brown. The chickens are now building the fence around the cornfield. Cluck, whack, cluck, whack, cluck, whack. The chickens are excited. The cows do not want to help. I'll let you use my paintbrushes, said Farmer Brown. Moo, thwack, moo, thwack, moo, thwack. The cows are now giving the barn a fresh coat of paint. The cows are excited. See them painting?
We've only got one.
So far, but
Yeah.
Duck never wants to help. No help, said Farmer Brown to Duck. No more special order organic duck feed.
Okay.
You hear another
Two.
one?
Yeah. Organic.
So organic duck feed, which means his food comes from nature. It means it's not man-made, right? Duck is now building the ticket booth for the hot air balloon ride. Thump, quack, thump, quack, thump, quack. Duck is still not excited. The mice are taking a correspondence course on meteorology and are too busy to lend a hand. So they're too busy because they're taking classes
For meteorology.
for meteorology, right?
I kind of can't say.
That's okay. Meteorology.
This is as best as I can do. Meteorology.
That's it.
Okay.
The air is filled with the busy sounds of the farm. Cluck, whack, moo, thwack, thump, quack. The mice keep an eye on the weather. It says increasing clouds, wind advisory in effect. Farmer Brown is busy too. Every day he gets out his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and mower. He sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and cuts. Farmer Brown wants it perfect. Every night, Duck sneaks into the cornfield. He brings his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and hedge clippers. He also brings his night vision goggles and glow-in-the-dark ruler. Then he sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and cuts. So what do you think that he would need night vision goggles and a glow-in-the-dark ruler for?
Because it's dark.
Because it's nighttime, right? So if he wants to be able to see what he's measuring, he's going to need that stuff. He's a little bit excited now. The preparations continue day after day. Cluck, whack, moo, thwack, thump, quack. The mice keep an eye on the weather. Barometric pressure dropping. It is the day before the annual Corn Maze Festival. For the last time, Farmer Brown gets out his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and mower. He sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and he cuts. The Statue of Liberty corn maze is finished. He is too excited to sleep. Yes, sir.
I saw a Statue of Liberty, but that's not one.
Oh, right here?
Is that one or...
That's not one of our words, but good eye. All right, here we go. Duck sneaks into the cornfield for the last time. He brings his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and hedge clippers. He also brings his night vision
goggles
and his glow-in-the-dark
ruler.
Right. He sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and he cuts. He is too excited to sleep. I wonder what's going to happen. It is time for the Corn Maze Festival. Opening ceremony. The chickens are not allowed to use hammers anymore. Looks like they broke the fence. The barn is not quite what Farmer Brown had in mind. Uh-oh. The ticket booth has a slight design flaw. What happened?
He got built it in.
He built himself inside of it, so he messed it up. But all of Farmer Brown cares about is his corn maze. He pays $5 and he hops in the hot air balloon. At last, he will see his masterpiece from above.
I want to see the masterpiece.
We're getting ready to. Duck also pays $5 and hops into the hot air balloon. At last, he will see his masterpiece from above. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound too good, does it? Who's going to have a masterpiece?
I don't know.
All right, so here we go. All right, here they are flying up. Now, you want to do the honors? You want to lift it? Lift that flap up. What happened?
Oh. Duck. He had the duck.
Duck cut it into his face instead of the Statue of Liberty's face. See, it's supposed to look like that. So he went and cut it into his face.
Okay.
And Duck is really excited now. And then it says, Geronimo!
What's John?
That means like he's falling. Because see, he kicked him out. Now he's falling to the ground.
I think he.
And the mice say partly cloudy with a chance of duck. The end.
But I didn't see what about his masterpiece? I didn't see his.
Because there wasn't. What happened? What did the duck do?
He made his face.
He went back after Farmer Brown finished his and went and remade it with his face. So his masterpiece isn't there anymore. Make sense? All right.
We done?
Did you enjoy this story? So I want you to raise your hand and tell me something that you liked about this story. Yes.
That he got his night vision goggles and messed up his.
You thought that was funny? Yeah, me too. Now, can you tell me one of the vocabulary words you remember?
Meteor something.
Meteorology. Do you remember what it means?
No.
No? Okay.
Now, like, it's what, we just saw the news of weather. That's what.
Yeah, the study of weather, right? Exactly. So, now that we've read the story and we know what happens at the end, why do you think the duck has the hammer on the front cover?
Because he was doing the cornfield.
Right. And what was the farmer trying to build?
The Statue of Liberty. And we should call it the Duck of Liberty.
Yeah, exactly. Now, why couldn't the mice help build something? What were they busy doing?
Meteorology.
They were busy studying meteorology, right? Excellent. You've done very good. All right, so now that we have read our story and we have talked about it, there will be an activity that you are going to do, and this activity, it sounds fun. Well, good. I'm glad you're excited. So you're going to choose a character, and you're going to draw it inside of a barn, and then you're going to cover it up so that no one can see it with a piece of tape and a note card. After it's covered up, you're going to write a short story describing your character, and then we have to try to guess who it is. And then at the end, you flip it up and show us who it is.
But I can't tell you what I'm going to tell.
Well, yeah.
But can I tell the tape recorder?
No.
But I don't know how to draw it.
That's okay. All right, so, and then after we do that.
Can she just tell me?
Who?
That girl. The girl.
The girl, no, we're not going to do it. All right, so thank you for your hard work today. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did. And now we know why Duck had the hammer, and that's because he was supposed to be making the ticket booth, but we really know what he was doing. He was building his own corn maze, right? And as we continued to read the story, we found out that he was also building something else in secret, the corn maze. The farmer got his Statue of Liberty, but it wasn't quite what he expected, was it? No. That's because Duck put his face on it. Was this book silly or what?
A little bit.
It was a little bit silly, wasn't it? Do you think this could happen in real life?
Probably.
You think these animals could build that stuff in real life?
I don't think they'll be the same. No.
No, right? And do you remember why? Because it's just pretend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember what just pretend means? The genre of this book is called? Remember, it's fiction, right? Fiction means it's just pretend. Exactly.
I have a streak.
That's okay. All right, thank you. All done.
Okay, now